Why, Bulldog, I think that was a whistle. And it must have been a whistle because now I see skaters actually on the track.
That's the first whistle for Auld Reekie Roller Girls Twisted Thistles against Arizona Roller Derby's Tent City Terrors. First up jamming for the Tent City Terrors, Adam Matrix, number 03, against Admiral Attack Bar, number 1111. But Adam Matrix slicing through the pack, showing her characteristic speed and agility. 4 quick points for Tent City. Admiral Attack Bar on her first scoring pass gets knocked out by Loco Lena, number 5150, and drawn back to the top of turn 4 by H-Face Killa as Adam Matrix blazes a trail through the pack. Gets a grand slam this time. 9 points so far for Tent City. Admiral Attack Bar getting through on her first scoring pass, 4 points. But Adam Matrix gets through one more time. Total of 13 points for Tent City, 4 points for Auld Reekie in the first jam.
And let's quickly rip through the Arizona Roller Derby Tent City Terrors lineup. Number 03, Adam Matrix, 1111, Deja Vu. 1208, Toaster. Number 140, Jill. 1939, Sigmund Droid. Number 3, Cannibal Corpse. 317, Block and Decker. 506, Nora Toxin. 5150, Loco Lena. 56, D's Nuts. 789, H-Face Killa. 831, Maria Montoya. Number 9, Ginger Wreaking Havoc. And 924, Lutz Chaos.
Jamming for Auld Reekie is Caitlin O'Carroll, still on her initial pass. Number 924, Loose Chaos, jamming for Tent City. Comes in on her first scoring pass. Gets knocked out by a double team from Yin and Bang and Skinner Alive. Now looking for the inside lane. Gets behind Ciderella, jukes to the outside, completes the pass. 4 points for Tent City. Calls it off before Caitlin O'Carroll can get around into scoring position. So that's a 4-0 jam for the Tent City Terrors.
And now for the ladies in green, all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland, the Auld Reekie Roller Girls Twisted Thistles, number 11, Crazy Legs, 1111, Admiral Attack Bar, number 16, Velocity, number 2, Kiki Pearson, 264, Pope John Brawl, number 3, Ciderella, 34, Double Destruction, number 39, Yin and Bang, 626, Lilo and Stitches, number 66, Moby Quick, 7 is Mini Riot, 85, Skinner Alive, 87, Caitlin O'Carroll, and 893, Bint Imperial.
Number 5150, Loco Lena, jamming for the Tent City Terrors. Get through, and for the third time in a row, Arizona has lead jammer. Lilo and Stitches gets through the pack, moves around into scoring position, but Loco Lena on a scoring pass. Gets driven to the outside by Velocity. Now Crazy Legs coming across, but Loco Lena manages to stay in. Completes the pass, calls off the jam. 4 points for Tent City. But no points for Lilo and Stitches.
And Arizona doing an excellent job of picking up that lead jammer straight across every time, using it to their advantage, calling off the jam just before allowing any points. Or in this case, allowing 4 points, I believe, overall.
A rematch from the first jam, Admiral Attack Bar versus Adam Matrix. Adam Matrix quickly up to the front, goes one-on-one with Bint Imperial. Now racing around, gets out of the pack, but just ahead of Admiral Attack Bar. Both jammers are neck and neck, well, for a brief time, but Adam Matrix now opening up some space. Fantastic speed skater from Adam Matrix, the jammer for Tent City. But Admiral Attack Bar gets through the pack first. But both jammers score 4 points. Adam Matrix calling off the jam. So a 0 differential in that one.
4-4 does work out to a tie. Admiral Attack Bar, great job catching up. Not quite getting lead jammer, but getting out fast enough to keep things interesting. And that allowed her defense to close off Adam Matrix for a bit, let her get through, pick up the points. Unfortunately, not able to hold her long enough for a second lap. So we do end up with the 4-4 tie. Auld Reekie now with 8 to, I believe, 25 for Arizona.
Auld Reekie is having trouble getting points so far, but I have to point out they have been getting their jammer out and forcing the call off. It's mostly been lead jammer. So far, every single jam has gotten, Tent City has gotten lead jammer, and there it is once again. Loose Chaos coming out first, getting lead jammer. Caitlin O'Carroll knocked out of bounds by a double team of Grave Little Toaster and Cannibal Corpse. And a quick zip around the outside of Yin and Bang. Loose Chaos picking up the Grand Slam. Caitlin O'Carroll stuck behind Grave Little Toaster. Now Loco Lena sweeping across, misses with the hip check, but Cannibal Corpse is there to back her up. But Caitlin O'Carroll finds the outside lane for Auld Reekie, but Loose Chaos all the way through for another Grand Slam for Tent City. Tent City Terrors from Arizona Roller Derby out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix,
and they're also credited with being the second modern roller derby league founded.
That they are, right after the Texas Roller Girls,
That's
I believe,
correct?
And of course, you cursed poor Auld Reekie there, saying they've done a great job of getting their blocker out, and then she gets stymied, taken out with a huge shoulder, recycled all the way to the back of the pack, and that allows the Arizona girls to pick up a chunk of points.
Score now 39 for Arizona, 11 for Auld Reekie. With just over 24 minutes remaining at the first whistle of this jam. Lilo and Stitches at the front, Block and Decker and Ginger wreaking havoc, force her out of bounds. She comes back in though. Block and Decker went out of bounds with her. But that slowed her down enough for Pushy Tushy, number 140, to steal lead jammer away and continue the streak of, well, you know, call off the jam, no points.
Jill just able to escape out of the pack in time to get lead jammer, and that worked definitely to their advantage as she was well behind the Auld Reekie blocker, or jammer rather. Had to give her the points. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Ninkasi. Ninkasi, the official beer of the Emerald City Roller Girls, and a delicious beer as well. So thank you, Ninkasi, for your sponsorship.
Yeah, the streak Maria was referring to was score for lead jammer. Arizona has gotten lead jammer in every single jam, and this is no exception. And Adam Matrix getting out first, but once again, Admiral Attack Bar making short work of the pack as well, just a few steps short of Adam Matrix, though. Every single time Admiral Attack Bar has gone to the jammer line, she's been face to face with Adam Matrix.
Yeah, she has. And Adam Matrix having to call off the jam early on that last one. She was trying to do a little apex jump, and Crazy Legs threw the hip out, took her down, and that forced the call off for a 0-score game at that point. We got number 87, Caitlin O'Carroll, jamming for Auld Reekie, up against 924 Loose Chaos for Arizona Tent City Terrors.
Caitlin O'Carroll looking for the outside lane, but number 9, Ginger wreaking havoc, is there to stop her. Loose Chaos finds the inside lane, gets out, and once again, Arizona with lead jammer. But Caitlin O'Carroll fights off number 831, Maria Montoya, team captain of the Tent City Terrors, to get around. Now both jammers on a scoring pass. Loose Chaos held up by Mini Riot and Skinner Alive, both members of Team Scotland, going to the World Cup in Dallas this December, by the way. But Loose Chaos up front, but the Twisted Thistles blockers, Yin and Bang and Bint Imperial putting up a big fight. Finally, Loose Chaos getting through. She does score all 4 points, but Caitlin O'Carroll's putting 2 on the board for the Thistles.
And that takes us to 43-13, Arizona leading. And we will see Stitches, number 626. That would be Lilo and Stitches. She just has the last name on the jersey, and that's what I can see. I should actually look at the list first. She is jamming for Auld Reekie.
Yeah. And actually, I mentioned the World Cup, Team Scotland, the World Cup team. Actually, about half of the Thistles roster that we're seeing right now is on Team Scotland. So, we'll cover that later. Pushy Tushy jamming for the Tent City Terrors gets lead jammer once again. The streak continues. Arizona claiming lead jammer in every single jam so far. Lilo and Stitches the jammer for the Twisted Thistles. Tries to get past Loco Lena. Both skaters falling down. But Lilo and Stitches getting back up, and Loco Lena going to the penalty box. That's going to give the Thistles a 1 blocker advantage going into this next jam. and they are going to need it. Animatrix once again stepping up to the line, and once again facing off against number 1111, Admiral Attack Bar.
It's a trap. I had to say that at least once. Hey, I'd like to thank number 104.7 KDUK, my hits right now. Thank you for sponsoring the Big O.
Admiral Attack Bar looking for the center lane, just manages to brush off a vicious hip check from Deja Vu, only to get creamed by Ginger wreaking havoc. Picks herself back up quickly and fights her way out of the pack, but Animatrix, once again, and you might say predictably, has gotten lead jammer, and now almost a sneak attack. I think Moby Quick saw her, but but Animatrix just brushed aside a hip check, forced her way through the back, gets all 4 points, calls it off. So another 4-0 jam for Arizona.
And Animatrix showing again excellent pack awareness and excellent jammer awareness, knowing right where Admiral Attack Bar was. So she knew, hey, get out of the pack, pick up my points, call off the jam, recycle. And now we will see Loose Chaos jamming for the Tent City Terrors up against Bint Imperial for Auld Reekie Twisted Thistles.
First time jamming and first time lead jammer for the Twisted Thistles. She beats Loose Chaos out of the pack, found an unguarded outside lane and took full advantage of it. Great job also to the Thistles blockers for opening that up, distracting the Tent City blockers. Now into the pack, runs into number 831, Maria Montoya, knocking her down and calls off the jam in time. The Thistles win the jam 3-0.
And that is the Thistles, I believe, first lead jam of the game. Excellent work. Way to break the streak. And they took it at full advantage again, holding them scoreless for that jam. Takes us to 50-16, Arizona leading. And we will see Admiral Attack Bar jamming again for the Twisted Thistle. Against, I believe that's Pushy Tushy for Arizona.
And this is also the first time that Admiral Attack Bar is not going against Animatrix. Up to the front of the pack, forced out of bounds by Ginger wreaking havoc, has to recycle. Block and Decker forcing her to recycle behind the pivot line. But Pushy Tushy sent to the penalty box, so we'll have our first power jam, and it goes to the Thistles. Admiral Attack Bar up the inside, rams into number 3, Cannibal Corpse, and out races Ginger wreaking havoc. And for the second time, the Twisted Thistles of Auld Reekie Roller Girls have lead jammer. First power jam, Admiral Attack Bar on a scoring pass, gets the grand slam, just weaves her way through the defense. Ginger wreaking havoc going to the penalty box to join her jammer. That's gonna end. Skinner alive, and oh my goodness, the Thistles losing 2 blockers, but Admiral Attack Bar having no trouble getting past Cannibal Corpse and Grave Little Toaster. Gets another grand slam. That's 10 points for the Twisted Thistles. Third scoring pass for Admiral Attack Bar. Both John Brawl and Block and Decker falling down. Admiral Attack Bar comes, gets forced out of bounds on the outside. But Pushy Tushy out of the penalty box and completes her initial pass quickly. Admiral Attack Bar calling off the jam, securing the points for the Thistles.
And with that power jam, we're down to a 20-point gap now, 50-30, as Auld Reekie making a definite dent in that. They will now send Caitlin O'Carroll to the line, jamming for Auld Reekie in green. And I believe that is Animatrix. There you go. I was like, it looked like an 8, but it was a 0.
That was a 19-point jam for Admiral Attack Bar, but now Animatrix in normal form gets lead jammer very quickly. Up to the front, but Mini Riot uses number 3 Ciderella as a wrecking ball, getting Animatrix to slow down and even veer off course slightly, but Animatrix completes the pass for a grand slam. Caitlin O'Carroll way out ahead, finally gets the free pass. Completing her initial pass, Animatrix on her second scoring pass for Phoenix. Gets through 4 points and calls it off. 9 points total for Tent City.
Arizona showing some very tight, very excellent defense, holding that Auld Reekie jammer back, not letting her through, allowing Animatrix to rack up the laps and the points. And speaking of racking things up, the Horsehead. The Horsehead is a longtime supporter of the Emerald City Roller Girls, and we would like to thank them for their sponsorship.
Empty penalty box means it's 5-on-5. Lilo and Stitches, number 626, jamming for Auld Reekie against number 5150, Loco Lena, who fights off Moby Quick and claims lead jammer for Arizona. Lilo and Stitches up front, stuck behind Brave Little Toaster and Maria Montoya. Marie Montoya gets her out with a hip check, but steps out of bounds herself. Lilo and Stitches able to get out clean. And Loco Lena going to the penalty box, so we have our second power jam, again going to the Twisted Thistles. Now Loco Lena was on a scoring pass, so may have scored up to 4 points already. We'll find out when she gets out or when the jam ends, but that's a grand slam for Lilo and Stitches of the Twisted Thistles. Twisted Thistles in the green, the Tent City Terrors in the black. Second scoring pass for the Thistles. He rams into Sigmund Droid and dodges around. Second grand slam for the Thistles. 10 points so far. Coming in on a third scoring pass as Loco Lena comes out of the penalty box. She is on her first scoring pass. Lilo and Stitches already with 10 points on her third scoring pass now. And Loco Lena gets 4 of those points. But Lilo and Stitches is going to match them. So far, 14-4 in this jam. Loco Lena hits the pack on her second scoring pass, quickly up to the front. Bint Imperial and Crazy Legs trying to squeeze her out, but Loco Lena able to get through all 4 points. Lilo and Stitches on her fourth scoring pass, gets forced out of bounds, has to recycle. So Loco Lena now, she's not lead jammer. Gets forced out, but she is on her third scoring pass. Already 8 points for her. 14 points and counting for Lilo and Stitches. But Loco Lena of Tent City gets forced out of bounds again. Jam ends, and it looks like 3 more points for the Thistles, but Loco Lena gets all 4 for a total of 12. And 17 for the Thistles, so a +5 differential for Auld Reekie.
And that takes it to 71-47. Arizona still leading. Some excellent defense on both sides. Lots of great soul crushing of jammers on that pass. Lots of knocking people out, backing them up. I do enjoy a nice soul crush.
Pushy Tushy, number 140, jamming for Tent City in the black against number 1111, Admiral Attack Bar in the green. Admiral Attack Bar up front, Block and Decker holding her, and then Deja Vu knocking her down with a hip check. But she dodges around Block and Decker, and Ginger Rick can have it. But on her first scoring pass, it's Pushy Tushy. Up to the front, Velocity and Mini Riot in a 2-wall. Skinner alive, bridging, but they slow down Pushy Tushy. She's going to call off the jam. But the Thistles are going to pick up 1. 4-1 in that jam in favor of Tent City. Tent City Terrors.
Tent City Terrors again. Excellent use of lead jammer. Picking it up, not picking up the penalty this time, so able to call off the jam and limit the bleeding, add that 3-point advantage. Always a good day if you can do that. Caitlin O'Carroll jamming for the Twisted Thistles against 924 Loose Chaos.
12 minutes remaining in the first half when the whistle blew. Loose Chaos knocked out of bounds by Ciderella and Pope John Brawl. Dodges around Bint Imperial and finds streaks around the outside. Gets lead jammer for Arizona Roller Derby. Caitlin O'Carroll at the front. Though just barely dodges around Loco Lena to complete her initial pass. But Loose Chaos quickly through the back, but pours on the acceleration and gets past the Thistles defense. 4 points. But Caitlin O'Carroll now on a scoring pass, gets forced out of bounds as she's going by Loco Lena. Has to recycle back to the top of turn 3. Loose Chaos getting through the pack very quickly. All attention was focused on Caitlin O'Carroll, the Thistles jammer. Loose Chaos now on scoring pass number 3. And drives straight up the center. Fantastic blocking by the Arizona blocking squad.
And some excellent Auld Reekie blocking. Unfortunately, it was as they were coming off the bench and kind of mingling in with the Arizona players heading back to their bench. Hey, a couple of vendors to thank, and I encourage you to go shop at these fine vendors. We got people here from Fast Girl Skates, Fingers Duke, and Flat Track Revolution. They're all over in the vendor area. They would all love to see you.
Matrix number 03 for Arizona dodges back and forth and finally outraces the Thistles blockers out of the back. Gets lead jammer. Admiral attack bar fights her way through as well, but Matrix has a solid lead on the track. Mini Riot misses by a fraction of an inch, getting a hip check into Matrix. Matrix comes through, calls off the jam. 4-0 Arizona.
And Pat getting super spread out on that last jam, and that allowed Matrix to just breeze right by. It's hard to stop someone with that much speed and agility if you're all spread out far apart. And it worked much to her advantage. .40 lead now, 92-52. Tent City Terrors leading the Twisted Thistles in green.
Tent City down 2 blockers, and Lilo and Stitches goes through untouched, gets lead jammer once again for the Thistles. Pushy Tushy number 140 for Arizona gets out as well, but Lilo and Stitches through the pack, calls off the jam. And it looks like the referee signaling 5 points for the Thistles. That gets corrected. It was 4 points. 4 points. There was no jammer lap point for the Thistles on that one.
That makes much more sense. I was looking at the penalty box wondering. Nope, just a miscount on the fingers. Hey, we'd like to thank Blair Alley. They're bringing us an after party on Sunday, but we want to thank them today to get you primed for Sunday's after party.
Local Lena taking the jammer cap once again for Arizona. Rams into Crazy Legs, but Crazy Legs gets the worst of it. But that bought just a fraction of a second for Admiral Attack Bar to get lead jammer for the Auld Reekie Roller Girls. And a little bit of chaos going into and out of the penalty box. 2 of the Arizona blockers were coming back in when Yin and Bang was going to the penalty box, so there was a little bit of traffic.
I think that's the first time I've seen the truck and trailer coming out of the penalty box. That was quite impressive, and good work for not knocking over the ref. Caitlin O'Carroll jamming again for the Twisted Thistles against Matrix. Number 03 for the Tent City Terrors of Arizona in black.
8 minutes remaining in the first half. The Thistles down 1 blocker against Matrix, but Skinner alive and Mini Riot, and double destruction walloped by a shoulder from Matrix. Actually, I guess it was actually a forearm from Matrix, because now going to the penalty box, and we have our 3rd power jam, and for the 3rd time it goes to the Twisted Thistles. Caitlin O'Carroll now lead jammer. She had to work for it though. Nora Toxin was not budging an inch. Rode with her all the way out, and now it's Ginger wreaking havoc, going one-on-one with Caitlin O'Carroll, but Caitlin O'Carroll jukes to the inside, completes the pass for 5. That's the first scoring pass. Still on the power jam for the Thistles. Thistles in the double sausage formation. Now double destruction, trying to open up the inside, but Cannibal Corpse holding firm. But double destruction gets a cutting the track penalty, goes to the box, and Matrix out of the penalty box, but now on her initial pass. And the tables flip completely. Caitlin O'Carroll gets sent to the penalty box, so it's a power jam for the Arizona now. Caitlin O'Carroll, the jammer for the Thistles, in the green, and Matrix in the black for Arizona. On her first scoring pass, just bores ahead against Yin and Bang, and Mini Riot completes her first scoring pass, matching the first Grand Slam that Caitlin O'Carroll picked up. And now easily, just very speedily, almost catching the Thistles completely off guard, or just working some kind of Matrix magic. Possibly quantum tunneling, perhaps.
It's very possible.
Just like that, now a 3rd Grand Slam for Tent City Terrors. Brings her to 15 points. Caitlin O'Carroll on her 2nd scoring pass. Has to work to get around Nora Toxin, but does, completing that 2nd scoring pass, which she had already gotten the jammer point. So got a Grand Slam as well on that. So that was a lot of points but not quite as many. No, I think that
was quite the high-scoring jam, is what we're saying.
I believe, is the score.
111-66 is the end result. I couldn't keep track. It was too many passes. Too much going on. My little brain couldn't handle it. Lilo and Stitch is jamming now for Auld Reekie. against Loose Chaos for the Arizona Roller Girls.
Loose Chaos on the outside, riding Pope John Brawl and Velocity. Crazy Legs comes across with a hip check, but knocks both herself and Loose Chaos down. But Loose Chaos pops right back up and scrambles out of the pack for lead jammer. Lilo and Stitches counter checks Block and Decker, knocking down the skater that I think
she both blocked
a good
and Decker.
4 inches on her. But Lilo and Stitches trying to sneak up the inside. Deja Vu puts a stop to that one, but goes to the penalty box for her trouble. Oh, but Lilo and Stitches gets a cutting the track penalty. That means that Arizona is going to be on their second power jam of the game with Loose Chaos at the reins. She gets through quickly for another grand slam. You know what scoring pass this is? Not a clue. So far it's 3 power jams for the Thistles, and this is the second power jam for Arizona. But Loose Chaos is converting like crazy, picking up another grand slam. Another one, just obstacle off the jam, as Lilo and Stitches was in the process of returning to the track, and only gets 3 on that last scoring pass, but another big jam for Arizona.
And that takes us to 128 to 66 as I crane my neck around to look at the scoreboard. Some excellent defense and some very good offensive blocking in those power jam passes. Just with Block and Decker opening the door repeatedly to allow their jammer through.
Arizona 1 blocker down, but Pushy Tushy pushes. Gets a back block penalty. So now it is power jam number 4 with Admiral Attack Bar wearing the star. She quickly gets through and is lead jammer. Facing 4-on-4, Arizona back to 4 blockers on the track. Admiral Attack Bar trying to drive straight up the center. Gets knocked to the inside, scrambles back up and out races. That's 789 H-Face Killa of Arizona for a grand slam. Again, another double green sausage for Auld Reekie. Admiral Attack Bar squeeze into the inside of Grave Little Toaster, gets caught by Ginger wreaking havoc, but fights her way through and completes the pass. Again, another grand slam, 10 points so far, but now being followed by Pushy Tushy, who scrambles through the inside lane, completing her initial pass. So no points on that one for Arizona. Another 4 for Admiral Attack Bar. I believe there was a total of 14, if my math is correct.
That sounds about right. The double green sausage is part of the traditional Scottish breakfast, as I recall from my 3 days I've ever been in Scotland. Hey, if you like the earth, and I know I do, I would like you to thank Recyco, because largely thanks to Recyco, also known as Carolyn Stein, the Big O is a certified environmentally and socially responsible event.
Yeah, it's actually a double haggis. I misspoke. Bint Imperial, second time jamming, second time getting lead jammer for the Thistles. Very quickly through the pack and beating, I might also say, beating Adam Matrix of all skaters. And gets through the pack, and she's going to keep Adam Matrix from scoring. I think this is the first time Adam Matrix has failed to score, all due to Bint Imperial getting through. She scores at 4-0 jam.
Nicely done, Bint Imperial. That takes us to 128 Arizona to 84 for Auld Reekie as they're trying to chip things away. Time running slow, or running down on the half. And we will see number 140, Pushy Tushy jamming for Arizona against Caitlin O'Carroll for Auld Reekie.
Just over a minute left in the half, but Pushy Tushy gets through the pack very quickly, secures lead jammer. Caitlin O'Carroll moving to the outside, gets picked up by Sigmund Droid and Block and Decker, as well as a Grave Little Toaster, number 1208. Now a 2-wall, Grave Little Toaster and Sigmund Droid still holding Caitlin O'Carroll. Block and Decker, block it. Scoring pass for Pushy Tushy. She just brushes off a shoulder check from Moby Quick and then calls off the jam. gets all 4 points for Arizona. Caitlin O'Carroll just coming up short, not going to put any points on the board for the Thistles.
I don't think she was quite so happy about being landed on there. At least that was my takeaway. Admiral attack bar. Jamming next for the Twisted Thistles against 5150 Locolina for the Arizona Roller Derby Tent City Terrors.
There were about 35 seconds on the period clock when that last jam ended, so there's automatically another jam. Admiral attack bar thwarted on the inside, moves to the outside. Number 831, Maria Montoya picks her up, but runs out of room, and a free pass to Admiral attack bar. She's lead jammer. Locolina, who just races to the inside, just spotted a momentarily unguarded inside lane and just poured on the acceleration, got through clean. But Admiral attack bar is going to come all the way around, complete. Well, she got, no, only 3 points out of potential 4, so she didn't get all the way through the pack, but called it off before Arizona's jammer could get in. So ends the period with a 3-0 jam for the Thistles.
I think she had just missed that last one as she was getting bumped out. And in fact, I think they're adjusting it down to 2 now. And that will take us to 132 to 86 or 87. 86, Auld Reekie. And we are at the half. During the halftime, you might want to go head out to the merchandise booth, visit some of the folks that are selling things there. Perhaps even have an Ninkasi beer, I don't know.
This is an incredibly fast-paced matchup, man.
Yeah, I've really noticed that with the shorter times, the shorter penalties, that really pick the pace up.
Oh, well, no, I'm talking about this game in particular. It's no, this is yeah. Well, Auld Reekie is actually doing really good. I mean, just in terms of getting their jammer through the pack, you know, just 30 more seconds before the start of the second half of the Auld Reekie Roller Girls Twisted Thistles versus Arizona Roller Derby's Tent City Terrors.
They did not want it to be 30 seconds to go. They wanted to go now, 30 seconds ago.
Also, only about 15 seconds by the time I finished that run-on sentence.
Well, that's good.
But we'll be starting out with the Tent City Terrors, 2 blockers in the penalty box, so a 4-on-2 pack advantage for the Twisted Thistles. Twisted Thistles in the green jerseys, the Tent City Terrors of Arizona Roller Derby in the black jerseys. Hopefully that was on the screen. Admiral attack bar number 1111 finds a wide open inside lane and gets out for lead jammer. Adam Matrix facing all 4 of the Thistles blockers, but gets a free pass as the Tent City Terrors blockers drop back. Admiral attack bar now fighting a racing pack, gets into the pack, calls off the jam, waiting to see. She does get 3 out of 4 points, but holds Adam Matrix scoreless, I believe, only for the second time in this game. 3-0 for the Twisted Thistles.
Excellent passive offense on the part of Arizona there. Not something you normally see in a regular jam, perhaps certainly in the power jam, but there the defenders slowing down. They knew they had 4 blockers against their jammer, wanted to let her go. We are now at 132 to 89.
What was the penalty against Admiral? Was it skating out of bounds?
And we've got an official timeout, I think, while they're addressing some penalty questions. And while we roll through this official official timeout, I'm going to mention the raffle for those here. You can purchase a raffle ticket. 1 ticket for $1, 6 for $5, 10 for the length from your nose to your finger, or if you happen to be taller than me, you can spend $20 and you can get as many tickets as it takes to fill your height. I'm assuming this is end-to-end, not stacked. So that's probably, if you have a friend that's like 7.5 feet tall, perhaps grab referee Biggie Tall's one of these points, take him over and buy your raffle tickets. That is your plan. 2 baskets will be raffled off both Saturday night and Sunday night. One is geared towards skaters, the other towards the fans. We got local goods in the baskets, lots of skate goodies in each of the skater baskets, plus 1 RollerCon MVP ticket in each. And that is certainly worth at least $1 for one ticket. And also probably worth 6 tickets for $5, I would think. So it is a skating out of bounds penalty on Admiral Attack Bar. As she was rolling out, she didn't quite get knocked out, just ushered herself out of bounds while trying to call off the jam, and that's just not allowed. So she will be sitting. And as we start off on the power start, we will have number 5150 Loco Lena for the Arizona Roller Derby Tent City Terrors. Tent City with 2 blockers in the penalty box. So a 4-on-2 advantage, which is now shifting. As Maria Montoya looks like she will be moving, perhaps, at least being talked to in the box. While this discussion goes, let's roll through the rosters one more quick time. The ladies in black, the Tent City Terrors from the Arizona Roller Girls, number 03, Adam Matrix, Deja Vu, 111, 1208, Brave Little Toaster. And then we ran out of time and had to get back to roller derby. I'll have to cram that in after this next jam.
All right, so we had some penalties to get sorted out, and it looks like Maria Montoya returns to her bench from the penalty box. That allows Arizona to field one more blocker starting the jam. It is a 30-second power jam for Loco Lena, number 5150. Now leaning into the 3-wall, Yin and Bang drops back, Mini Riot, and Ciderella unable to hold her back. Lead jammer goes to Arizona's Loco Lena. Now on her first scoring pass, Mini Riot comes across with a hip check, almost forcing Loco Lena out, but now driving straight up the center and through right between Mini Riot and Ciderella. But loses the jammer cap in the process. I believe it was just brushed up against an arm of one of the Auld skaters, but it's now going to the penalty box.
For a back block, that was a back block.
Well, Admiral Attack Bar just got out of the penalty box and got sent back on a back block, but I didn't see the Loco Lena's penalty.
Came in a little bit too hot. I did not see why Loco Lena was sent.
Okay, well, that was of course a jammer swap out. Both jammers reached the box just about a second apart, so no real power jam there. But Admiral Attack Bar threw the pack easily, and this is also Loco Lena's first scoring pass as well. She got that penalty just as she was exiting on her initial pass. But we've got a second scoring pass from Admiral Attack Bar, 4 more points, so 8-4 so far. But Loco Lena looking to match that second scoring pass, just forces Yin and Bang to the ground, but picks up a forearm penalty. It's going to be a power jam. Remarkable. A lot of jammer penalties in this jam, in the last couple of jams, as a matter of fact. But Admiral Attack Bar comes through and gets a grand slam this time. I think that's what, is it 17 points in this one? I lost
Could well be, and a beautiful hop through the gap to pick up that last 5. Bulldog looking away as she jumped right between a couple of skaters. Excellent move by Admiral Attack Bar. And that takes us to 144 Arizona to 112 Auld Reekie. As jammer and other penalties really having an effect. We've now got 2 for Arizona in the box in the pack, 1 Auld Reekie skater in the pack.
That's exactly what I was supposed to say.
Actually, it's 2 counting the jammer. I forgot we're starting on a power start with number 893 Bint Imperial jamming for Auld Reekie, and she picks up a back block and is sent to the penalty box as well.
That is going to release Loco Lena early. Now, she stood up before Bint Imperial got to the penalty box, which means that she served over 20 seconds of her penalty, which then that, of course, means Bint Imperial will also have to serve about 20 seconds, a little over 20 seconds. So we've got a power jam, and the lead jammer goes to Loco Lena. Loco Lena, of course, started in the penalty box, so she was still eligible for lead jammer, and Bint Imperial did not complete her initial pass. She got a penalty instead. So now we've got first scoring pass, grand slam. Bint Imperial back in action, driven back by Ginger, Rick, and Havoc. still trying to complete her initial pass. Loco Lena already with a grand slam on her second scoring pass, but forced out of bounds and drawn way back by Crazy Legs and Velocity. Yin and Bang getting into the mix, making it a 3-wall, but that gets busted up by Grave Little Toaster, and Loco Lena finds the outside lane. She does complete the pass, but Bint Imperial sneaks in and steals 1 point off the back of the pack, but Loco Lena picks up 4, making a total of 9 points in the jam.
And Ginger wreaking havoc with some excellent pivot work, just staying on the jammer over and over, knocking her out, backing her up, knocking her out, backing her up. And now we have another official timeout. And while we do that, I will rip through the rest of these lineups. In black, once again, the Tent City Terrors from Arizona Roller Derby. I did the first 3 earlier, but I'm going to run through them again. Number 03, Adam Matrix. 111, Deja Vu. 1208, Brave Little Toaster. 140, Pushy Tushy. 1939, Sigmund Droid. Number 3, Cannibal Corpse. 317, Block and Decker. 506, Nora Toxin. 5150, Loco Lena. 56 is D's Nuts. H-Face Killer, number 789. 831, Maria Montoya. Number 9, Ginger wreaking havoc. And 924, Loose Chaos. And the ladies in green, the Auld Reekie Roller Girls Twisted Thistles. Number 11, Crazy Legs. 1111, Admiral Attack Bar. 16 is Velocity. Number 2, Kiki Pearson. 264, Pope John Brawl. Number 3, Ciderella. 34, Double Destruction. 39, Yin and Bang. Number 626, Lilo and Stitches. 66, Moby Quick. 7 is Mini Riot. 85, Skinner Alive. 87, Caitlin O'Carroll. And 893, Bint Imperial. All that talking, and we're still on an official timeout. Loose Chaos will be jamming for Arizona when we resume action. Up against Lilo and Stitches for Auld Reekie. And let's mention the shout-outs. If you'd like to hear your name announced at Track 1, they are for sale at the Thrive vendor booth by the Big O merch booth. Only $1 to get a personal shout-out over the loudspeaker on Track 1. Head over to the Thrive booth, fill out a note, and then wait until this game's over. Do it then, and then you can go watch someone else on the other track.
Clock frozen at 25 minutes, 4 seconds in the second half. Score right now 153 to 113. So the Twisted Thistles of the Auld Reekie Roller Girls only trailing by 40 points currently against Arizona Roller Derby's Tent City Terrors.
And Admiral Attack Bar in now to jam for Auld Reekie.
Well, it would appear things have been resolved, but we'll let you know if we get any report at all about what that timeout was for. But right now, Loose Chaos getting through the pack first for lead jammer. Admiral Attack Bar getting around Maria Montoya to complete her initial pass. Loose, and now there's almost an empty pack. Only Skinner alive by herself, but Admiral Attack Bar slices a little bit off the inside in the air and completes the pass, matching 4-4. The Loose Chaos comes right between her teammates, rams into Crazy Legs, bounces off of her to complete the pass, but Crazy Legs going to the penalty box, but now Admiral Attack Bar on her second scoring pass, races past Block and Decker just ahead of Loose Chaos, who is completing her third scoring pass. Admiral Attack Bar now on her third scoring pass, but Loose Chaos easily breezes through a very sparse Thistles defense to get a grand slam this time. That is 17 points so far. Admiral Attack Bar coming in. I believe that was her third scoring pass?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, we'll see. There has been a lot of penalties on both teams, so we had a very small pack for about 15 seconds or so. Skinner Alive was the only Thistles blocker on the track. And a lot of chaos with skaters going to and from the penalty box. But Admiral Attack Bar coming through for another 4. But Loose Chaos getting past Crazy Legs and Skinner Alive to complete yet another pass. Now what I do remember, it was 153 to 113 before the jam started. So I might have to do some math at the end of the jam because both teams are just on a rampage. Loose Chaos was lead jammer, but opted to allow the jam to continue.
And as time runs out, or is called off by Eric Rock, we're at 183 to 133. And I can't do that much math in my head. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
it's a 50-point gap. I know that much.
It was 153 to 113 going into that jam. So that means it was
that's 30 to 20.
20 jam.
I could have done that math. I just couldn't remember the numbers. Whistle blows, pack stands still for a bit, and then out they go.
Atomatrix getting through with ease, but Lilo and Stitch is almost as easily getting through the pack. Not very far behind Atomatrix, but Atomatrix weaves her way, a slalom run right past Ciderella to get out of the pack. Lilo and Stitch is not so lucky this time. Has to recycle quite far back behind Deja Vu, number 1111 of 10 City Terrors, as Atomatrix fights off Pope John Brawl and Velocity to go to the penalty box. It's a forearm penalty against Atomatrix. That means it's a power jam for Lilo and Stitches. Atomatrix already had one scoring pass completed and was on her second, or maybe third. Oh, crap. Can we say
one of those?
But this I do. This I know. Lilo and Stitches is on her first scoring pass of this power jam. Only gets 4 out of potential 5 on that one.
And now the thumb comes out.
That was 5. That's right. With the other jammer, with the Atomatrix in the penalty box, she automatically gets that ghost point. But Lilo and Stitches, that was her first scoring pass. Now on her second scoring pass, and that was a great penalty kill by Arizona. Only one scoring pass was allowed before Atomatrix, the jammer, returns to play. Now she is on her, well, did we decide this is her third or fourth scoring pass?
Yes, it's one of those.
Well, we'll work out the math afterwards. I, once again, remember what the score was. It was 183 to 133 going into this jam. But both teams are just putting tons of points on the board. But now Lilo and Stitches in the penalty box. So Atomatrix on a power jam. And I don't know, in about 15 seconds, we'll all be caught up and understand what's going on.
And Arizona will start on the power start as Lilo and Stitch is still in the box. 51-50 Loco Lena will be taking the jammer star. That was a crazy jam because there was a lot of penalties on both sides.
But 14 to 8 I'm going to go with because it's now 197 to 141.
Good work. And now we're having an official review requested by Auld Reekie.
But this is the most penalty-heavy game I've seen yet under the new rules, or rather, the cluster. It's the frequency of the penalties.
Yes.
Not the total number, but just having so many penalties so close together that you're actually having traffic back and forth. That's something I haven't seen very much with the 30-second penalties. In fact, most of the time, there's rarely more than 2 skaters in the penalty box, but we've been seeing just a complete traffic jam to and from the penalty box in just the last 3 or 4 jams.
That we have both teams picking up penalties both on blockers and on jammers. In fact, in that last exchange, we had, I believe that was Block and Decker getting the forearm penalty for a heavy shoulder with a little extra arm. And right after that, our jammer Lilo and Stitches called on perhaps a cut track. I didn't actually catch what that penalty was. While we finish up this official review, the referees are discussing. We'll get an announcement from Biggie Talls shortly. A couple of fun stats about this tournament. The Big O tournament has 36 teams. We got 17 WFTDA teams plus 4 WFTDA B teams. We got 7 men's teams and 7 junior teams, and also some folk from Team USA. Team USA will be playing against the All-Stars MVPs of the Big O tournament. That will happen at 7 o'clock on Sunday. The last game of the tournament will be a 30-minute demo/scrimmage game of the MVPs of the tournament against some of the players from Team USA. So definitely, if you're here on Sunday, stick around for that one. It should be awesome. And Biggie Talls, our head referee for this bout, is talking to the coaches while he does that. I will give thanks to LTD. LTD supporting the Big O. You should check out the One Pass for just 50 bucks. Your kids get access to Willamelaine. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm not from here. For an unlimited LTD rides all summer. And now we hand it over to Biggie Talls.
This was Green's official review. They asserted that their jammer did not cut because the black blocker who engaged their jammer was being sent to the penalty box. Although the black blocker was being sent to the penalty box, the remaining black blocker on the track was also cut. The call stands.
Thank you, Biggie. And now Auld Reekie is taking just a straight-up timeout in order to regroup after their official review. That was their official review. They were overruled in their review, so they do not have another. So I'll rip out a couple other fun stats. We got 19 different vendors here and 24 announcers. Only 2 of whom are here right now. Well, at least at this table. There's 2 more over there, and others lurking, I'm sure. Do we have a list of which announcer traveled the farthest? Have you done a poll to find out if you got to travel the farthest to get here? Did anyone come over with Japan, perhaps?
Well, Edinburgh is actually east of Glasgow, so the
they brought someone for that?
Skaters actually traveled further than
No, I meant just as far as the announcers go. Are you the farthest traveled commentator?
Possibly,
today?
Yes. Yeah, it's about an hour east of Glasgow by train.
And a lovely train ride it is, I recall. Is that?
20 minutes, 7 seconds remaining in the game. The score 197 to 141. You might want to write that down in case I lose track of which scoring pass everyone is on. But right now, Loco Lena, number 5150, facing a stiff defense at the front, but from Bint Imperial and Caitlin O'Carroll. But that buys time for Lilo and Stitches to get out and finds a wide open outside lane to complete her initial pass. But there goes Loco Lena with her, the 10 City Terrors blockers opening up a line through the center of the pack to complete it and gets 4 points on her first scoring pass. Now first scoring pass for Lilo and Stitches, but she gets driven back by Sigmund Droid. Loco Lena getting through for the Grand Slam. 9 points so far for the 10 City Terrors in this jam. Lilo and Stitches driven out of bounds once again, this time being drawn back by H-Face Killa. And Loco Lena having no trouble getting through the pack a third time. Another Grand Slam brings her to 14 points. Lilo and Stitches knocked down with a shoulder check from Block and Decker as Loco Lena hits their fourth scoring pass. Has to recycle just a slight bit. Moves to the outside. Picked up by Bint Imperial. Bint Imperial also has received the star and completes the pass. Gets 3 out of potential 4 points for the Thistles. But Loco Lena, she got another Grand Slam, but then tried to leap across the infield just a bit, but unsuccessfully. Landed on her knees and avoided cutting the track. But it's going to be a big jam for the 10 City Terrors.
Some great pack awareness by the blockers on the Arizona team there, as every time that Lilo and Stitches knocked out, they were backing it up unless they knew they needed to stay forward to open up doors for their own jammer. So some great soul-crushing defense by Arizona, giving them the definite advantage in that jam.
19 points by Loco Lena against 4 points for the Thistles. Admiral Attack Bar jamming for the Twisted Thistles. Number 924, Lose Chaos, gets out first for lead jammer for the 10 City Terrors. 10 City Terrors in the black for Arizona, and the Twisted Thistles of Auld Reekie in the green. And ducking her head low, getting that center of gravity very low, almost below hip level for a lot of the skaters. Easily getting through the pack on her first scoring pass, gets the Grand Slam. Admiral Attack Bar has completed her initial pass, now hits on her first scoring pass, but Loose Chaos completed a second one for 4, making a total of 9. Admiral Attack Bar getting 1 consolation point at the end of the jam.
Admiral Attack Bar just able to sneak that last one in, threw on a big burst of speed. I think she knew that the jam was going to be called off. Picks up that point. Now we've got Caitlin O'Carroll jamming for Auld Reekie up against Animatrix number 03 for the Tent City Terrors of Arizona.
17 minutes remaining in the game. The score 225 to 148. Animatrix leaning into the 4-wall, crazy legs and velocity, forcing her out of bounds on the inside. Recycles quickly, and now picked up by Skinner Alive and double destruction. Skinner Alive unable to hold Animatrix in. She gets the lead jammer. Crazy Legs going to the penalty box, drops the Thistles down to 3 blockers. Caitlin O'Carroll still on her first scoring pass. Counter checks a shoulder from Pushy Tushy, dodges around Nora Toxin, gets out just ahead of Animatrix, but Animatrix races past her and picks up that jammer point on top of the 4 for her first scoring pass. So far, 5-0 for the Tent City Terrors. Animatrix driven to the outside by Skinner Alive, but jukes to the inside incredibly quickly. Unbelievable agility from Animatrix. Gets that 4 points on the second scoring pass. Caitlin O'Carroll unable to get into the pack. No points for the Thistles. So 9-0, Tent City Terrors.
Twisted Thistles getting caught up in the forcing the jammer into the outside, leaving that inside lane completely open. And someone as fast and as agile as Animatrix, they're going to take advantage of that any second. Just comes back in, cuts across the back of the pack before they could notice it and react. Boom, she's through. 4 more points.
Bint Imperial jamming for only the 3rd time for the Twisted Thistles against Loco Lena, veteran jammer of the Tent City Terrors, who dodges through, gets lead jammer, but Bint Imperial, doesn't get out. She gets a cutting the track. So it's going to be a power jam for Arizona's Tent City Terrors. Loco Lena on her first scoring pass, facing a 3-wall at the front. Mini Riot, Ciderella, and Crazy Legs unable to stop her. Loco Lena getting 4 out of a potential 5 on her first scoring pass. Second scoring pass for Loco Lena. Double Destruction rejoins the pack, giving Thistles 4 blockers. Loco Lena does. She gets a cutting the track call. That release, actually, I couldn't tell if Bint Imperial was swapped out or had completed her penalty. So we'll see that. Well, it may not matter. We've got now it's a power jam for Bint Imperial of the Twisted Thistles. She has to recycle just a bit, but remember, she is on her initial pass. She got that penalty on her way out of the pack. Now fighting her way past Ginger Wreaking Havoc and Sigmund Droid, completes the pass. But no points yet, and that completes the power jam. Loco Lena coming in and hip checking Bint Imperial off the track. But Loco Lena goes out herself, has to recycle just a bit now behind Ciderella and Crazy Legs. Mini Riot picking her up, and now Double Destruction matching her pace through the pack, but Crazy Legs comes across with a hip check, doesn't get Loco Lena out of bounds, and Loco Lena forges ahead, completing the pass. But Bint Imperial gets a matching Grand Slam, so both jammers got a Grand Slam. Of course, Bint Imperial started the scoring pass just in time before Loco Lena had come out of the penalty box, so picked up that ghost point. But Loco Lena, when she got sent to the penalty box, was also on a 5-point pass. So I think that was 10-5 in that jam. But
that sounds about right.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Yeah, sure.
Give or take a couple. Poor Bint Imperial almost hip checked back into the penalty box on that last shot. Her momentum was carrying her. It wasn't the hit that carried her there. Admiral Attack Bar jamming for the Twisted Thistles against Loose Chaos for the Tent City Terrors.
Score now 244 to 153. Admiral Attack Bar out first for lead jammer. Beats Loose Chaos, but Loose Chaos right behind her. And now some jammer on jammer action. And a speedy Loose Chaos races past Admiral Attack Bar and forces the call off. A scoreless jam.
Loose Chaos using the speed and the ability to get low. Admiral Attack Bar thinking she could take her to the outside, and she was able to just get enough in front, keep that body weight down that the check just glanced off, forced the call off. Caitlin O'Carroll jamming for the Twisted Thistles now against Animatrix for Arizona Tent City Terrors.
Score remains 244 to 153 in favor of the Tent City Terrors with just over 12 minutes remaining in the game. Caitlin O'Carroll runs into a solid four-wall. Ciderella trying to bust an opening, but Tent City holding firm briefly, but her speed around the outside almost gets her out, but she gets caught just at the last second by a hip check from Ginger wreaking havoc. There goes Adatrix through the pack. She's got lead jammer. Already a grand slam, and now on her second scoring pass. Runs into a four-wall. Ciderella, double destruction, crazy legs, and Bint Imperial slowing down Adatrix, and double destruction gives a last, just a sassy hip check, but not able, only a glancing blow. Adatrix brushed it off, got the grand slam, and now comes through and does not even get touched. All attention was focused on Caitlin O'Carroll, who got forced out of bounds and now recycling. Easy grand slam the third time, and now on a fourth scoring pass for Tent City Terrors. And Adatrix finally calling off the jam. Caitlin O'Carroll coming up empty, and one last point for Adatrix before she called it off.
Deja vu with a beautiful hit at the very last moment as Caitlin O'Carroll thought she was out, thought she was free of the pack, ready to go. Boom, and Deja vu came out of nowhere, knocked her out, and recycled her all the way to the back, forcing her back through. And I believe we have another official review, this time coming from Arizona.
That was a 16-point jam for Adatrix. Time frozen at 11 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the game. And of course, the score 260 for Arizona's Tent City Terrors to 153 for the Auld Reekie Roller Girls Twisted Thistles.
And the Arizona fans making themselves heard. Let's thank up a few more of our vendors out in the vendor area. We've got people here from Green Monster. Go check them out. They got some great gear. Also, Lily Gumdrop, living colored duct tape, and left turn clothing. Do not wear it if you're going right. They really don't like that.
That's right. Reverse the tread, and then they'll start falling apart.
Yeah, maybe you have to wear it backwards in order to turn right. Otherwise, the sleeves will fall off. And I mentioned earlier that this is a certified green event, the Big O, the first certified socially and environmentally responsible roller derby event. As a green event, we encourage you to please utilize the receptacles for composting and recycling. If it's recyclable, it goes in the recyclable bin. If it's food and other, it is going in that composting thing. So please do your part and help out.
This was Black's second half official review. They were asserting that the green jammer committed a back block. Action was initiated by the black blocker. The no call stands.
So the no back block was initiated by the black blocker. Thanks, Piggy. That was a mouthful. Admiral attack bar jamming for Auld Reekie against number 5150 Loco Lena for the Arizona Tent City Terrors in black.
Yeah, but just for clarity, no black back block was called.
There was no back back block, nor a green back block. Blickety blockety blook.
But Loco Lena fights off Mini Riot to complete her initial pass, gets lead jammer Admiral attack bar, though not far behind. Block and Decker gets sent to the penalty box for the Tent City Terrors. That means it's a 4-on-3 pack advantage. Admiral attack bar facing all three blockers. Maria Antoya, Sigmund Droid, and Nora Toxin unable to stop her. She gets through for 4. And there goes Maria Antoya to the penalty box as well. Drops Arizona to 2 blockers. But Loco Lena is going to call off the jam and settle for 3 points. So the Thistles winning the jam 4-3.
And that takes us to 263 to 157 with just over 10 minutes to go in the game. Arizona still leading, and they will send Lose Chaos to the jammer line, where she will face off with Lilo and Stitches.
Four on three pack advantage. Lilo and Stitches gets out of the pack just a couple of strides behind Loose Chaos. Loose Chaos's lead jammer hits the pack, moves to the inside of Double Destruction, who misses with a hip check. Calls it off in time, 4-0 for the Tent City Terrors.
Jam ran so quickly we couldn't even get any of the blockers out of the penalty box. It's now 3-2 advantage for Arizona, I believe, as Block and Decker was released just as time was running out or being called on that last jam. Bint Imperial jamming for Auld Reekie against Adametrix for Arizona.
So 267 to 157 in favor of Tent City Terrors with just over 9 minutes remaining in the game. Adametrix goes to the outside of Crazy Legs, avoids Ciderella and races around. She is lead jammer for the Tent City Terrors. Bint Imperial gets around Grave Little Toaster. H-Face Killer tried to pick her up, but was unable to. And now Adametrix going through the pack. Gets right through the center of the pack, completes the pass, calls it off, 4-0, Arizona.
And Arizona going back to basics on that one, picking up lead jam. Adametrix breaks through the pack, looks to the coach. Yep, time to call it off, take the 4 points, burn some clock, extend the lead a little bit. Admiral Attack Bar being sent to the jammer line for the Auld Reekie Twisted Thistles against number 5150 Loco Lena for Arizona Tent City Terrors.
Pope John Brawl standing in the penalty box at the start of the jam. And when she exits, that will be an empty penalty box. But Loco Lena is lead jammer. Admiral Attack Bar gets through, completes her initial pass, but Loco Lena goes through uncontested. The Tent City Terrors blockers driving all of the Thistles to the outside lane and open up a clear inside lane. So no trouble for the Tent City Terrors jammer, Loco Lena. 4-0 for the ladies in black.
Arizona blockers doing a great job this half of opening things up. Definitely pushing those lines to the side, making a nice clear opening for their jammers to break through. Bint Imperial jamming for Auld Reekie against Loose Chaos for the Tent City Terrors.
Arizona in the black at 275 points to 157 for Auld Reekie in the green with just over 7 minutes remaining in the game. Bint Imperial driven to her knees several times by behind a 4 wall of Arizona blockers. And there goes Loose Chaos racing out of the pack with lead jammer status. Or just lead jammer.
One of the two.
For really short. Bint Imperial shakes off the Arizona defense to complete her initial pass, but there goes Loose Chaos through the pack, 4 points on her first scoring pass. Bint Imperial hip counter checks Sigmund Droid out of the way. Maria Antoya can't reel her back in and she picks up 4 points for the Thistles. But second scoring pass for Loose Chaos completed. A total of 8 points for the Tent City Terrors to 4 points for the Twisted Thistles.
Arizona that time content to let the clock run a little extra time, picking up 4 points. They had the 4-point advantage already. So allowing Auld Reekie to pick up a few points, not hurting them in the bank overall at all. And now we're back to our initial lineup from the night as Adametrix jams for the Tent City Terrors against Admiral Attack Bar for the Twisted Thistles of Auld Reekie.
283 to 161 with 6 minutes remaining in the game. Admiral Attack Bar stuck behind Grave Little Toaster and Ginger wreaking havoc as Adametrix once again gets lead jammer and is off to the races. Admiral Attack Bar knocked out of bounds briefly, but scrambles back in. Oh, but gets a cutting the track. She comes back in ahead of one of her opponents. There goes Adametrix through the pack. Another grand slam. Second scoring pass. Dodges around Crazy Legs. Adametrix is through again. 10 points so far in this jam. Scoring pass number 3 on this power jam. Mini Riot and Crazy Legs making contact, forcing Adametrix to veer all the way across the track, which delayed her for about 3 seconds from getting through the pack. And there she goes again, another one. That makes 20 points in this jam, but Admiral Attack Bar back on the track. But remember, she is still on her initial pass. Dodges around Ginger wreaking havoc. Forced out of bounds by Block and Decker, but Block and Decker falls down, and then the rest of the Arizona defense just falls down. The wind of Admiral Attack Bar is passing, I imagine. But Animatrix is going to pick up 3 more points and calls it off before Admiral Attack Bar can get in there. So a 23-0 jam for Arizona, courtesy of number 03, Animatrix.
And that takes Arizona over the 300 mark, now sitting at 306 to 161 for Auld Reekie with just under 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Auld Reekie taking a timeout. Animatrix showing some great strength and balance there. Numerous passes just sneaking around the outside of someone on one leg. Looked like maybe about to go over, but nope, she had it totally under control, brings it back into line, and continues on down the row. So if you're having fun today, I know it's only the first day of the Big O, but if you're having fun already and you're planning ahead to next year, and Bulldog, I know you are planning ahead to next year because you are a man who plans everything. The Big O 2015 dates are set May 1st to 3rd, so mark your calendars now. Put it in the old Facebook or wherever it is you keep your calendar. Mine's on the fridge. We're old school like that, but write that down. May 1st through 3rd, 2015, right here back in Eugene for the next Big O.
The score now 306 for Arizona's Tent City Terrors to 161 for the Twisted Thistles, with 4 minutes 27 seconds remaining in the game. Bint Imperial is jamming for the Twisted Thistles against Loco Lena, who makes short work of the pack and gets lead jammer. Up front, Bint Imperial shakes off Pushy Tushy.
Get the H in there. That's good.
Yep. Completes the pass, but gets lapped now by Loco Lena. Loco Lena has already completed her first scoring pass. And now hits a wide open inside lane. Half of the pack was in the penalty box.
Both teams with pretty thin packs to start off, and they were definitely racing it, knowing they weren't going to necessarily be able to block the jammers out, so might as well speed the pack up and not let them pass. However, still a commanding lead for Arizona as Admiral Attack Bar dons again the jammer star for Auld Reekie, and she will jam against Loose Chaos for Arizona.
That was an 8-point jam for Loco Lena. 314 to 161 with just over 3 minutes remaining in the game. Loose Chaos pouring on the speed and races past Mini Riot to complete her initial pass. But Admiral Attack Bar completing her initial pass as well. Loose Chaos ricocheting off a shoulder from Moby quick, but recovers nicely and now accelerates out of the pack for 4 points. Admiral Attack Bar, though, already on her first scoring pass, gets around Ginger wreaking havoc and Sigmund Joy to complete her pass and match those 4 points. 4-4 so far, but Loose Chaos just a bulldozer through the back, knocking over Skinner Alive and Velocity to complete the pass and call off the jam. I think that's 8 points total for Tent City Terrors against 4 for Admiral Attack Bar.
I got to say, if you're going to get through the pack, you might as well just go right through the pack. That was a beautiful thing and worked very well for her. Bint Imperial jamming for the Twisted Thistles against Animatrix for the Tent City Terrors.
322 to 165. 2 minutes remaining in the game. So the time drawing closer and closer to the end. Bint Imperial repelled by Grave Little Toaster and Deja Vu. These nuts on point for the Tent City Terrors. And they force Bint Imperial out of bounds on the inside. She has to recycle. And Animatrix, I think, taking the longest it's ever taken her to get through her initial pass, but still getting lead jammer. On her first scoring pass, on the outside is Double Destruction, but on the inside, she comes in hip checks Crazy Legs out of the way, completes the pass for 4, calls it off before Bent Imperial can get around. But once again, Twisted Thistles did get their jammer out of the pack. They've been really consistent about doing that. They just have been struggling to get lead jammer against the Tent City Terrors.
That they have Bent Imperial luckily getting hip checked out of bounds, but the blocker that hit her also went out of bounds. That let her come back in. She didn't have to recycle all the way back. That let her break free with the no pass, no penalty, and that forced Adamantrix to call off the jam. Admiral Attack Bar jamming last time for the Twisted Thistles against Loco Lena for Arizona.
326 to 165 at the start of the jam, and 1 minute was on the clock at the whistle. Loco Lena picks up lead jammer, but Admiral Attack Bar racing to catch up. Loco Lena just touches the pack. Admiral Attack Bar makes a great effort to try and just get some points. Leaps and cuts off some of the infield in the air, but does not get any points. I think she was about a second behind the whistle on that one. But I think there was a cutting the track on Loco Lena, so
could well be, and I think there's some confusion as to whether who called off the jam and if so, why. And we're going to have an official timeout, I'm assuming, to discuss that. Since if Loco Lena was the lead jammer and was penalized, should it have been stopped or not? And I mentioned the raffle earlier. And I mentioned that the ticket prices were 1 ticket for $1 and 6 for $5 and so forth, and find a tall guy and get all the tickets you want for 20 bucks. Here's some of the things that are in that prize bag in the raffle baskets. We've got a straight razor shave from Agent Orange. We've got some things from Big Five, a gift certificate from them, some brown paper tickets, roller derby autographed books, cruise skate shop. We got a one-night stay for 2 at the Eugene Hilton, a 2-hour-long tattoo station. Actually, it's 2 one-hour-long tattoo sessions, as I read this right, from Memento Inc. I don't think you'd combine them 2 together, but maybe you would. And a number of other things. As I mentioned, the prizes are for, there's skater basket, there's a fan basket. Once again, please purchase a raffle ticket. 1 for $1, 6 for $5, 10 for the length from your nose to your finger, and 20 bucks for the height of a person. Find someone who is taller than me. That's my recommendation.
There was a score adjustment. The referees are saying that, in fact, Loco Lena did pick up all 4 points before getting the penalty. So the score goes from 326 to 330 for Tent City Terrors, while it remains 165 for the Twisted Thistles, and just a few seconds remaining on the buried clock, so this will likely be the final jam.
And we will see Admiral Akbar jamming again for Auld Reekie, as Loco Lena sits in the penalty box with the jammer star on her helmet for the Tent City Terrors.
The period clock showing 10 seconds, just FYI.
All right.
Yeah. It was questionable though, because it was actually less than 30 seconds when the jam ended. So, but the official review isn't supposed to. Anyway, yeah. All right, good call. Admiral Attack Bar on the line. It's a power jam. Loco Lena in the penalty box for the first 30 seconds, and very quickly through the back, Admiral Attack Bar of the Twisted Thistles is lead jammer. Jockeying for position in the pack. It looks like that the Twisted Thistles actually getting a goat, but Admiral Attack Bar forced out of bounds on the outside and drawn all the way back, almost to the pivot line, by Grave Little Toaster and H-Face Killa, number 789 of the Tent City Terrors. Admiral Attack Bar recovering and up to the front, gets to the front, held there by Grave Little Toaster and Ginger Reekin Havoc. But Loco Lena using the time wisely and completes her initial pass, and now is on a scoring pass to match Admiral Attack Bar's. Admiral Attack Bar finally completing the pass to get to 5 points, but Loco Lena on her first scoring pass as well can match potentially 4 of those points. But Admiral Attack Bar comes through a second time. Gets all 4 points, so a 9-point jam. Locolina does pick up 3 points. So the Twisted Thistles ending on a high note with a 9-3 jam. But it is clearly a victory for Arizona's Tent City Terrors.
Fairly clear. Our unofficial final until they dot all the O's and cross all the Z's. 333 Arizona, 174 Auld Reekie.
And the scoreboard is showing it. Final 333 for the Arizona's Tent City Terrors, 174 for the Auld Reekie Roller Girls Twisted Thistles.